Okay, basic question here. How did you get started playing music as a kid? Like, what got you into it? What were your early influences?
Um, I grew up in a little small town, like I said, and every Sunday, no matter what, in church, and I sang in the choir. The earliest I remember singing is when I was 4, and my grandfather made gave me the opportunity to sing this song called "Roll Jordan Roll," and it was just an awesome song.
Hmm.
Um, and he also sang in a gospel, like they always say quartet, but there was 5 of them. So singlet. Is that
Quintet, I think.
Quintet. I
Yeah.
should have stayed in school. Um, he was the bass singer for a group called the Five Stars, and I would travel and just go with him. Like I was his. They literally called. My grandfather's name was JC, and if someone saw me coming, they would be like, "Here comes JC's shadow," because like everywhere he went, like I'm right behind him.
They would tour like region or around the town.
It
Or,
was more regional. Like I think they would do Georgia and Kentucky
uh,
and like the Carolinas and stuff like that.
wow. So,
In a van, like kind of the original garage band, like
yeah,
in a van riding around. Um,
they would play churches and stuff.
Churches, yeah, yeah, and like festivals, I guess like gospel music festivals and
Oh
stuff
yeah.
like that. Um, and so that he he always, even when we were just in the car riding, had music playing, and it was just these just really soulful like quartet type groups. The Jackson Southernairs was one that he always played. Look them up whenever you get
Jackson
home. Jackson
Southernairs.
Southernairs. It's some good time church music. Um, but I feel like that was where the seed was planted because I remember always trying to mimic those guys, like and try to sound like them. And then the other side of, I guess, where music kind of got planted in me was Saturday morning, um, cleaning house with my mom. Always some Aretha Franklin or some. She was a big fan of Teddy Pendergrass,
Hmm.
um, and so that was just kind of soundtracking life with music playing all the time, um, and I think everybody sings along, but um, I guess for people like us, there comes a point when you realize that the singing along actually sounds good, and not
Yeah, he's
you
actually
know,
adding something rather
yeah.
than
And
distracting.
so, no offense to the people who I feel like I'm digging a hole.
No, 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 not at all.
No,
Not at all.
but yeah, I think it probably started for me no more significantly than it does with everybody. Just like
Hmm.
music is,
Yeah.
it just resonates.
Was that so? Was it sort of your mom listening to music and the church? Was that sort of like your musical education, or did you ever take any singing lessons or anything like that?
I studied mechanical engineering.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
No, that's definitely it. That was my music education was just listening and singing a lot.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head when you were first talking. I will sing at
Mhm.
any moment in time. Like I just it's therapeutic for me, and it's just I think we as humans are always drawn to do the thing that we know we do well because we feel like we can't fail in that. So
Yeah.
I think that's in moments of unassuredness about who I am, like I'll sing a little bit and feel okay about myself at least for a little while.
Yeah. That works out for everybody, I think,
Yeah.
because if you're happy and you're making everybody else happy just by singing. So, um, we sort of talked about when you decided you want to make a career out of it. That was kind of like when you were in school and all that. But so, I mean, you're clearly a very gifted musician, singer, and so we both know that music business is not the easiest thing to kind of navigate through. no matter how talented you are. But I mean, what is it that keeps you doing what you do? And do you feel like you've been called, by God to play music and bring music into the world? Do you just love it, and like how do you get through? I know it's a lot of questions, but how do you get through
I'm cataloging.
Okay.
I'm
And how do you get through the kind of the low times, the times when you're, feeling not as much hope about, your, music career and that kind of thing, which every musician goes through.
well, I'll answer them in the order that I'm remembering them.
Okay. Sorry.
I definitely feel like God has called me to do music. You know, most obviously by the fact that He gifted me with this voice, and then not necessarily as obviously just by the circumstances of my life that have kind of driven me here. And I think just knowing how I'm wired and how music affects me just from the listening side of it, like I definitely feel like there's a reason that I ended up where I'm at doing what I do, and I think at least I hope a big part of that is just to bring happiness and a better day to people. I think for me it's like, and for everybody, I feel like I'm trying to make myself sound so special, but it's like everybody has a song that lifts them up and makes them feel better about maybe just getting out of bed that day. And so I feel like if I have those songs from like a Stevie Wonder or a Donny Hathaway, then maybe I can be those songs for someone as well, So yeah, I feel definitely that I was given a calling to do this, and that kind of answers the second question. Is like when you know that you've been given something to do, and there's a level of importance to it. The down times or the low times, whatever you want to call them, they don't seem as significant because you just know that you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're doing the right thing. So I feel like the industry, like I feel like the industry is just like with anything else. If you carry yourself and conduct yourself with integrity, it all comes out in the wash. Like you might not get that thing that you felt like you wanted, but you'll get that thing that was even better. And so that's what I try to do. I try not to and I try not to sell my gift short of what it's supposed to be doing. So
That's great. I love your at the end of your bio. It's almost like a mission statement.
Yeah.
It's like let's see. Jason's desire as a musician is to create music that causes the listener to love God, love themselves, love their fellow man, think harder, think deeper, think broader, laugh until they cry, laugh when they want to cry, try something new, remember something old, and ultimately live life to the fullest. I mean, you kind of already went into it, but what does that mean to you? I mean,
I got all that from a Hallmark card.
Maybe you should be writing for them. It's pretty great.
No, I just again, it's just the idea that there's so much ugly stuff in life and so much stuff in life that will beat you down, whether it's working a 40-hour job or that you don't like or just whatever. Kids aren't behaving today or just whatever. So I feel like for me, man, like music is that thing that lifts me out of those moments where I'm frustrated or just feel like I don't have anything else to give. And so again, like I feel like if there's one person out there who listens to one of my songs and then feels like they can go on, or feels like they can do life better because they were strengthened or encouraged or it just made them smile, like that's what I want to be. I have a I'm a huge fan of older soul music. Um, so a big part of where it said to remember something old, like I don't know, like I feel like when you listen to music that takes you to a place when you were younger, whatever that might be for you, like it just makes you feel good.
Yeah, that's
When
true.
when your knees didn't hurt or your back didn't hurt or whatever, you know. So and I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm sure you all have healthy knees and backs. I don't know what I'm saying right now. But yeah, just trying to create music that just makes lives better. What in whatever realm that might be for the individual that's listening.
Sing a few lines of Roll, Jordan, Roll.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
let
Remember
me
it?
see. You can say roll. Well, so here's let me read step back because it's a choir, so it's a call and response. So it's like you can say roll, roll Jordan, roll Jordan, roll, roll Jordan, roll Jordan. I want to go to heaven when I die. Roll Jordan, roll. And then it had all these funny verses that I never really understood what they meant. It was like, Mother, you ought to been there. Mother, you ought to been there. Mother, you ought to been there. Roll, Jordan, roll. And it just went down all the list of people who should have been there. And I never was forward enough to ask where they should have been. But I guess they should have been at Roll, Jordan, roll. Whatever that, on the side of the Jordan River, maybe? Maybe we all were supposed to be there. At least Mother was. So yeah, that's
Roll
it.
Jordan, roll.
That's Roll Jordan.
Well,
I haven't literally sung that song in probably 25 years. You saw that I did the choir as well. Like it was a little schizophrenic thing that was
Yes.
going on there.